Welcome to Wisco Dice!
Well, folks, this is your host, Conesy with the Most, and today is episode 154 of the Wisco Dice Tabletop Gaming Podcast. Today is June 17th, 2026, and on today's episode, we're going to have a special episode where we are having special guests from MillRat Studios come on and tell us all about their brand new Kickstarter. You get to hear it here first before the Kickstarter even goes live. So with that, let's go ahead and cut into the interview.
Hey, yo, folks, I'm the Conesy with the Most, and I am joined today by...
Hey, I'm Suzanne, and we are joined by the brains behind the gaming publishing company MillRat Studio. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves to our listeners?
Should we go alphabetically, Nick?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm Adam. Adam Corey. I'm one half of MillRat Studio.
I'm Nick Federico, the other half of MillRat Studio. Thank you guys for having us.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us. Let's go ahead and get started with this. So, getting things kicked off, we want to get to know you guys a little bit better. Like, this is our first time having a chat, and we always like to kind of, when we're trying to get to know you and the audience trying to get to know you, what kind of games do you guys like to play? What do you know, you're making board games.
Hopefully
you're about to make board games. Hopefully you enjoy board games.
Yeah.
What games do you like to play in your free time? What hits the table?
I think for me, it's a lot of... all right, I'll say my favorite game is Sagrada.
Nice.
That one I can actually play with my fiance, and she won't leave the table. She literally, that is like the only like basically medium weight game that she likes to play with me. And so that's why I love it so much.
That's a very good reason to enjoy the game. So.
Yeah. That and Flip 7, because I can play it with my two nephews, and they literally are so smart and so young, and they just understood that. They're one of them's 5, one of them's 4, and they were able to understand that game. And that's also why I love it. And I think it's a perfect game. So sorry for the long answer.
No, that's a great answer.
I mean, Flip 7 is a lot of fun. I don't think Conesy's played it yet.
I haven't actually played
but
that
I've
one.
played it a couple times, and yeah, you gotta be quick.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's good. How about you, Nick?
I'm an old soul. I like strange, mashed up poker games. Anything that's like a weird card game that like someone made in their kitchen. Love those games. But more like conventional games. I really like Wizard. It's a trick taker game.
Mm-hmm.
It's very simple, very straightforward. Anybody can get into it. And that's kind of the genre I tend to go towards. Any kind of game that people can just quickly get into, because I'm having a good time, they're having a good time. There's no friction, you just pick it up, you start playing, there's fun. And it's quick. If you don't like it, find a new one. But yeah, like backgammon, chess, all the old boring games that like grandma and grandpa are gonna play, like mahjong.
LCR?
Yeah. LCR.
Oh,
throw some
LCR.
dice,
Yeah, my parents love LCR.
I know it's a little different from what you guys normally talk about on your podcast, but what Nick said, like, we love like just the classics too,
Yeah.
We don't talk about it a lot, but like we've got several cribbage boards, which is a Wisconsin thing. Like, that is absolutely a Wisconsin thing. And then we talk about trick taking. Well, euchre is like the Wisconsin card game of every bar and
or sheep's head, depending on where you are.
Or
in the
I
state.
guess depending on where you are, you might get out, or that. But I mean, I remember
move
playing
there.
a lot
It
of
sounds like a
52
better
growing up with my mom. I mean, I do. Like, there's
we
there's a
played
lot of
canasta. My parents taught
Oh,
me
yeah,
how to play
canasta.
canasta.
Have you played Crokinole?
Crokinole.
So Justin, who is one of the hosts of the show, actually owns a Crokinole board, and
Oh.
when we play at one of our meetups, a Wilden Distilling, which we were talking about pre-episode, like we pulled the meetup there. They have a Crokinole board right there in the distillery, right in the main bar room that you can play Crokinole on. So yeah, absolutely, we get some Crokinole out.
Love that. I was introduced to Crokinole at PAX East, and it is like one of three things. It is literally addicting. Yeah, I look forward to it every year, and I want to get a Crokinole board, but it's like $350.
I was just gonna say, like, they can get really pricey, but really nice.
Yeah.
We chose to invest in a dart board for our house.
Love it.
Since Justin's got a Crokinole board, but yeah, absolutely. Yeah, darts, there we go. That's another game. It's non-traditional.
Bar game.
Yep.
Nobody answered Monopoly, which is the wrong answer. So, hey, we're good.
Or Catan.
Or Catan, yeah.
Which we both have different reasons that it's not on our favorites list. So
nothing wrong with that game.
There's not.
Wrong.
I just
wrong with it.
Just not when you sit for an hour and nothing happens because you're sitting at 9 points waiting for a dice to roll. That's my expression of not fun in a game. But that gets us, I think that those are the guys like a lot of cool games. Let's just say that.
And ones that it sounds like that you have fun playing. It sounds like that's a big driving factor with games that you enjoy and everything. And even a little bit of like what I've seen with these games that you have coming out. But you mentioned that this is the first game or publishing with from MillRat Studios. Is that correct? So what made you guys decide to get into game design and start with the selection of games?
Nikki, take it away.
Sure. I played a bunch of games, quick games, small card games with my family, and I thought one day I can make a game like this. I played a game that I wasn't really impressed with, and I got I mustered up some strength, I guess, and just said I'm gonna make a game because it seems easy, and it wasn't, but it was a lot of fun. It's fun putting together the puzzle pieces to make a game work. It's fun to see people play your terrible prototype. It's fun to see people tell you advice and fix it and make it better. So I got into it by loving games and wanting to make them better to share with people who I enjoy being around. And then I met Adam at work because we're coworkers, and we came across the one card print and play BGG contest. And Adam was interested in submitting something because he knows I do board game design.
I think it was GameCrafter.
They're local here.
They are local here. We've actually had JT on the show before.
We saw that. Yeah, that's cool.
And he was actually, I think, on one of those, or no, it was Crossbow Games. Last time we talked to them on the show, they were talking about that one card contest. And
you know what's
great?
Yeah, like I feel like there might have been like a boom around that time, and like that contest specifically got like so many, like hundreds of entries. And I saw recently there's this guy that's I'm going to plug someone else's Kickstarter. There's this guy's who compiled 18 of those single card games and is doing like a pack called like I think it's called like One Card Wonder or something like that.
Oh, cool.
And I was just like reading around on the Facebook group, and people were like, "Oh yeah, that's when I got into games too, was during that one card challenge." And like, I think it was just because it was such like an approachable challenge, and like it was so interesting and like so mind opening that like it must have like kickstarted a few different people's careers at least.
Yeah. It's an easy puzzle. It's an easy stepping stone for somebody who's toying with the idea in their head. It's like, well, all I have to do is make one card, throw the rules on the back, boom, done. So I think you're right. I think it started something.
Yeah, Nikki actually had this when we did that challenge. Nikki had this really cool idea of his what was your game? What it was called Any Which Way.
It's, yeah, it was so
And it's like I mean, it was kind of broken, but like the point of the game is like two people hold a card and you bend your arm 90 degrees, and that's the game, and like you're trying to get the other person to let go of the card, and it's just such a funny
like
idea.
Twister.
And like yeah, it was like Twister, but like two people are holding the card, and I don't know, like something about that, and like the way Nick approached design, like it
Well,
totally
and
like.
then
What were you gonna
it
say, Nick?
it kind of it's kind of what like sparked this pack, because Adam
Yeah.
wanted to do pretty much what you were just talking about, that Kickstarter, where it's a bunch of single card games in a box, and you just open them up and you're ready to go. And we kind of started doing that. We made a ton, and then we were like, "Oh, this is great." And then Adam had a very good point in saying, these would be better if we made them more than just one card, and had extra components, maybe included dice. And then we made them a little bit bigger, and cut out the the straggler games that weren't working, and pretty much just grew like single card games into what we have now.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
Like
no, that's cool.
That's a unique way from like all the different ways we've heard of games kind of coming to be. I think that's one of the more unique ways that I've heard. Like, you had all of these games that started as one card and you just expanded. A lot of times we hear people like, "Oh, I had this really giant idea that I had to cut down to make it, simpler and everything." So,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, Nikki and I kind of like we set like a challenge for ourselves that was like, let's try and see if we can make like a booster pack of like these single card games. This was like back in like 2023, and Nick is like the creative genius behind most of these designs.
No, I am not.
He literally is. He says he isn't, but Nick is actually a published designer already with Brain Games. He made this game called Deductio that was like is so fun, and I'm really jealous because I wish
that duck on the front of the cover.
No, that's Deducto.
No, that's another
Deductio. Okay, sorry.
With the K,
was like,
yeah.
wow, that's
I know it's
No,
unfortunately so similar of a name.
okay.
Yeah.
Just let people think that was yours,
Yeah.
right? Just don't say
You know
it.
what?
Don't correct
Cut that
them. It'll
out.
be fine.
Yes,
Um,
it is.
Sorry.
I am that person.
Yeah, but yeah, Nikki made Deductio, and like it's this wonderful, super simple deduction game that's just about like trying to guess people's numbers. There's the number 1 through 20 in a deck, and each person has one number. Whatever. It's super fun, super simple. And I think like just meeting Nick, and like I already knew that like I loved board games and I loved gaming and I wanted to do that. And I had a dream to be at PAX East one day, or like at some point in my life. But like after meeting Nick at work and he showed me this game he made, and then he showed me this one card challenge, it was like, let's do this. You know what I mean? Like let's try to make a bunch of games really quickly, get our best ideas, get our favorite ideas out there. And we just kept like expanding and then cutting and then cutting, and then it literally became the MillRat Pack over 3 years.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think that kind of transitions nicely into where I wanted to ask next, which is we talk to a lot of folks, and one of the best words of advice that we've ever been told in the game design or hey, I want to publish my own game is your first game should be a simple card game. Some form of just a game, simple card game, that should be your first game. That's the general rule of thumb. But you guys picked 4 games to go ahead and get things started. So what really, we talked a little, I think you hinted a little bit at the creation process, but what really inspired you to create 4 different games and then decide that those are the first 4 you were going to launch with?
It's
I mean,
a great
honestly,
question, and I want to be the first to say before you even say anything. I wanted
yeah.
to create a single card, a pack of just cards, just a card game, and just release that because I knew it would be easy. Everyone says that. Everyone says don't do anything else. It's going to be too complicated. I said that. Adam shot me down, and here we are.
Well,
So it's all Adam's fault.
I will
All
say,
Adam's
like,
fault.
we talk. I mean, I remember, and this is the absolute truth. We talked to Dave Beck but right before he launched the Kickstarter for a little game called Distilled, which earned over $1 million on Kickstarter, and he went with I'm going to do a full blown passion project, and it with a full blown grandiose game as his first game to launch a company. So we've seen very big success when it comes to just launching your dream and being passionate about it and being passionate with getting the word out there, which I absolutely love the fact that you guys are doing. So keep it up. That kind of energy is going to help propel yourselves very far.
Yeah, but so Adam, you've been trying to get in what inspired you on this a little bit, and we keep cutting you off.
Oh no, I think it's an interesting story. I mean, Nick is right that he wanted it to be just a deck of card games, like in one box, and I was like, well, you know what? Like, we have so many great ideas. Like let's think a little bit bigger. Let's think of game night. Like, how can we make something that is gonna like make a game night better and more, I guess, approachable. And like, this is just a pack that has a collection ready to go, where the games are similar vibes and they can be doled out to different groups. And, so we were like, you know what, let's flesh out these games a little bit more. Let's add a few more components. And, we could have easily sold all 4 games separately and charged $20 for each one and did our own Kickstarter for each one, but like, that's not our vibe. Like, we don't want to rip people off isn't the right word, but like, we want to give people value and give people a project that we believe in, and that's what it became. These 4 games,
all-in-one experience.
Yeah, just like an all-in-one.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though, because everyone has like, you might not like you never know when you're getting a Kickstarter if you're going to like the game or have a favorite game, but now this way you have a 1 in 4 chance of having a game you really like in there, and then maybe 3 other games you enjoy playing.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've talked for a while already, and I don't think we've actually talked about what any of these games are. So why don't we, go ahead? Everybody's like, "Oh, what do you mean? What are you talking about? What games are you bringing to market? What are these games you're wrapping up into this Kickstarter? Can you tell us a little bit about what each one is?"
Nikki, should we go back and forth, starting with someone's why?
I was just about to suggest that. Let's go back and forth. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to start. We'll go down the line. We'll start with Someone's Why. Someone's Why is our social deduction game. It's actually a word deduction game. I guess before I even say anything else, all of these games are very easy to get into, very easy to teach, and very quick to play and enjoy. So it's a deduction game that is very easy to understand, very easy to play. Everyone is given a vowel. Somebody is the letter Y, and Y is trying to blend in with the other vowels, and the vowels are trying to catch Y because Y is sometimes a vowel. So on your turn, you can say any one word as a clue, and people who have the vowel in that word can take a token, and that signifies who has what. It's like a small clue, basically. But Y can take whenever they want. So they're going to be lying and trying to blend in, and there's abilities for you to look at someone else's card and reveal other cards. So there's a lot going on. But on your turn, you just say one word, and that's it. And then it's the next person's turn, and then it just goes around and around. My favorite part of it is just like, you'll see somebody say like just the silliest word, like platypus or something, and then everyone gets into like serious mode and like scratches their beard and does like the shifty eyes, like platypus, interesting, and then like the next person goes and they say a silly word. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's probably my favorite game in the pack.
Yeah, and like the kind of hook of someone's why is like at the end of the game, like these tokens that you're collecting when you say a word, like you choose whether you take a token or not. So like you get to choose when you dish out information, and Y is the only person that can lie. But at the end of the game, those tokens that you took over the game become your votes. So you kind of all at once vote for who you think has Y. And if you correctly vote out Y, they have one last chance to win the game by correctly guessing every other player's vowel. So like it's this like kind of balance of like, all right, do I take for this word? Do I take for platypus? Do I it's there's a lot of like hidden strategy in this game, but it's such a simple rule set. It's like kind of a miracle that it works at all, I think.
Oh, I like it.
Well,
Yeah.
careful game design is probably less a miracle and more testing and figuring out things as you go through the process. So.
Yeah. Well,
Right.
yeah, actually, Someone's Why is I think was like the first one we made together. And
Yeah.
we've gone through so much, like it used to not just be vowels, it used to be RSTLN, like the most what is it? Yeah, consonants, like the most popular consonants or whatever. And like that didn't work, and it just went through a bunch of iterations. We've tested this game hundreds of times, I think. We've had it broken
100, yeah,
half of those times.
many times. Yeah.
But now we love it. It's our little baby.
Mhm.
Excellent. Well, so that's game one in this set. There is a
Yeah.
lot more that the folks are going to get if they support in this fund. So, what's the next game you want to talk about?
Yeah, Scrapbook, that's the second game in the pack. So like as we go through each game, they kind of slightly uptick in like complexity. But Scrapbook is the party game, and I use air quotes around that because it's like a very unique twist on a party game. Basically, there's a bunch of scrapbook cards, and it's a game that uses your smartphone, and which normally I hate, but this I was like, all right, let me try and let like me and Nick were like, let's try and do something with smartphones that we don't hate, honestly. And it uses your camera roll on your smartphone, and you use random photos to try and recreate those scrapbook cards. And it's not as bad as as it sounds. We have it in the rules, like do not show inappropriate photos, do not things like that. Because this is a family game, this is a party game. And that so one of the things is there's a
Let's just hope there's not a stretch goal for an adult version of this.
Oh no! Oh my god! Yeah. No,
God.
no, but it's funny because every time we pitch the game to people, they're like, "Oh, random photos on my phone." It's like, no. It's more fun than you think it is. But basically, there's scrapbook cards, and there's one person who's the guesser, and everybody else is a scrapbooker, and they're going to be using random photos. And when the guesser says go, all the scrapbookers, they scroll through their camera roll super quickly. And when the guesser says stop, you click on the first photo that you land on. And in the rule book, we have it so that we encourage people to show their photos and talk about them, because it's like it's a game about reliving, memories that we often don't get to look back on. And then the guesser shows the card to the team, and the guesser doesn't know what's on the scrapbook card, and the team actually has to recreate the scrapbook card using pinch to zoom on their photos and placing it on the table to try and recreate the card. So you're like manipulating photos and basically making a scrapbook collage on the table with your old memories. And it builds and builds, and you add more cards, and if you get two wrong guesses, then you lose the game and you can start over. But it's really cute. and fun,
Oh,
and we love it. And we
that
love
actually doesn't
scrapbooks.
sound too bad.
I'm gonna say I was gonna say there's something I really love about this, and that is today in today's modern world where it's so easy to take pictures. I think we lose value in the actual memory behind the photo we took. I remember as a kid growing up, and you'd go through those photo albums where when you one picture was like one of 24 on a roll of film that cost you $5 or $6, right? And so that there was a lot more value just in the fact that, hey, I committed to taking this one picture. Now you're like, hey, I'm going to line up the family at a holiday, and I don't care if all the nieces and nephews are dancing around half the time because I'm going to snap like 40 pictures, and one of them will likely turn out.
No, literally. I mean, my dad takes a lot of photos, and we always groan. We're like, oh God, my dad's taking another photo. But he takes them so he can send them to our family in Lebanon. But that's besides the point. And we're just like, oh, dad's taking another photo. It's like, he's never going to look at these again. But like, I think that might have like subconsciously been like, all right, like maybe we can make this game about reliving those memories, and like that is when we've play tested this game a million times. That is the most fun part, is when you get to pick a random photo and you get to show it to your friends and talk about it. And like everyone's laughing and like remembering these things that they've forgotten. And that's even before
not even your
you play the
friends.
game. Or not even your friends
Strangers
too. It's
even.
like
It's so much fun with strangers.
Yeah.
Like you get to learn someone's like entire life in 10 minutes. Like I didn't know you had a dog. I didn't know you went to Japan. I didn't know you played a piano. It's so much fun as an icebreaker, but even
Yeah.
more fun with friends. I don't know. I'm not sure which one I like more.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like a great icebreaker game for like a team meeting at work.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Yeah.
I mean, as opposed to the other one.
maybe maybe slightly dangerous icebreaker game, but
Most of my film roll on my phone is board games and miniatures, so hey, I'm okay.
Yeah, mine just have plans to that, and that's what's on my and a dog. So
That's great. I want to see that. I want to see your miniatures. I want to see your dog. And then I want to see like you try to zoom into like the ear of your dog to try to recreate something.
Yeah.
And we all have
Oh my gosh, that would be funny.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, the dogs, you hear barking.
All right.
All right.
Oh, what's your dog's
So
name?
Her name's Orla.
Yeah. Come
Oh,
here,
cute.
Orla. No, you have to get showed off.
She just got back from a walk
Oh,
with
stop
our
it.
daughter, so
Hi.
You.
yeah. Just our doggy.
Way to go,
So-
Orla. You're now
She's
the
beautiful.
belle of the ball.
Yes. Now you're on the podcast too. You're usually on the videos for a second. So
Yay.
Orla, what's your favorite game in the MillRat Pack? Go.
She's like, is there throw the ball?
whatever one has balls in it, that she will go for. So, but this next one though,
Why
is it
not?
footfalls? That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So that one, I based it off of backgammon. And I know that might sound a little strange, but the basic idea is you're controlling a group of rats and you're trying to race all of them across a bridge that you are creating as you play. And if you get all of your rats to the very end of the bridge, to the abandoned picnic where all this leftover food is, you win the game. So it's similar in backgammon where you're trying to get all of your pieces from one side of the board to the other. But in this game, you have abilities that you can use. So like you can move diagonal, you can jump, you can tether two together, you can slide. And the ability you choose means that you get that ability on your turn and the ability below it. And that also means the next person after you gets the ability that you chose. So it's loosely based off of how Onitama works, in that you choose an ability, the next person gets it. So be aware of what you're choosing and where you are positioned on the board. So this is our strategy game. It's a little bit, I don't want to say heavier, but like thinkier, crunchier. We've been told by a lot of playtesters. It's for your friend who likes like racing games even, or the strategy games, or just like a take that element to it if they like a take that element. So yeah, you break it out for like heavier board gamer players. It still plays from 2 to 4 people. It's a little bit longer, and it's so much fun to just watch people stare at the board like it's a grandmaster chess match in like Russia or something. It like they get so into it. It's fantastic. And then you can combine your abilities to make these like crazy effects happen in insane situations that nobody would have ever thought of. And then somebody pulls off something wild and they come back from behind and it just like blows the game wide open. Um, yeah, it's fantastic. And it's like I said, the strategy game of this pack, and it also kind of reflects how the rest of the games of this pack are quick, simple, easy to learn, but like different and deep, very unique, and they make you want to play again. It's not These aren't like cheap games that you're gonna buy like off the shelf next to Uno and you're just gonna play it once or twice and that's it. No, like these will stick around. We've been playing them, we've been play testing them for years, and um, I still enjoy them. I still love playing them. I still love watching everybody have fun over them.
Yeah,
But yeah, that
I still
is
see
footballs.
I still see new moves in footfalls
Mhm.
even 3
Yeah, that
years
you'd never see.
in.
That's
Well,
awesome.
I mean, there is a certain aspect to game design, right? That when you go into, hey, I'm going to start introducing this to the public, and now you're going to be like, hey, I'm going to play this game 20, 30, 50, 100, and then teach the game that many times over or more. That if you weren't, if it wasn't good, but in some iteration
Mhm.
in there, you would have been like, "Yep, I'm just going to throw it in the bin and or redesign the whole
Yep.
concept or something like that." Right? I mean, that's
Yep.
part of it. So, yeah, in strategy games, that's strategy and race games are right up our alley. So this is the one that
Okay.
probably had me the
Okay.
most intrigued.
But there's
There you
still
go.
one to go. That's
There
only
is,
3 of the
yeah,
games.
that's 3.
Yeah.
There is not just 1, not just 2, not just 3. There are 4 games, right? 4 games.
There it is.
Yeah.
What is that last
Yeah.
one, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, can you tell how much trouble we're having marketing this thing? Because there's so much
And
to
they're
talk
all
about.
so different. So
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So that's the challenge. We're trying to, we want to unify them under this game night umbrella. But Bad Eggs, it's our final game of the bunch. It's actually the box is twice as thick because there's a good amount of components in there. But it's this like push your luck, take that crazy egg flipping game. It's kind of a whack experience.
Insane.
We originally were like, all right, we want to make a game that's like that has like a lot of luck and take that, but like has like a good amount of strategy too. And we thought of like, all right, what if we're flipping coins and getting points, and if you flip too many bad coins, you lose all your points. So we kind of stumbled across this idea of like you're flipping eggs and you're making omelets. And so basically, everyone is a short order cook, and you are working your way along this ticket holder to try to get like the best omelet order so that once you get into phase 2 of every round, you'll be able to maximize the amount of points you get, basically how big your omelet is. And the way it works is that you're flipping these egg tokens, and once you reach your minimum, you're good. You don't score points, but every egg that you flip above your minimum, so the bigger you make your omelet, is an extra point. So the only problem is that there are bad eggs that are in the bunch, and if you flip over too many bad eggs, you completely spoil the omelet that you're making, and you lose all those points. And there's some some take that elements where you're like you can force people to flip 3 more eggs over, and there's like abilities where you can like one of the mechanics in the game that we really like is that every egg that you flip you actually get to keep in front of you, and it makes the pile smaller for the next player. But there's this really cool ability called the restock, where if you flip that over, everybody has to put their eggs back in, and it makes it better for you. So we kind of wanted to chase the fun, like with this game, and make sure that like every mechanic that we put into this game like helped lift up the push your luckness of it, because we really like that genre. And actually, our next game is going to be a push your luck game, but I won't get into that.
Well, I just want to say we wanted to like have as big of a build up as we could, and like Adam, that way if there is like a crash out and someone loses all their points, it's even bigger than the build up. And like Adam was saying, there were 2 phases. In the first phase, somebody described it as craps but with eggs. So it's like, think of like a craps table where everyone's just like shouting and like hoping for a specific number, and then it comes out and everyone's happy or sad. And then there's the second phase where everyone's having that big build up and then big crash outs. So it's a lot. It's a lot.
There's a lot of hooting and hollering in that game.
I mean, I think that's a key in any push your luck game, right? I mean, that's absolutely what makes those, because it gets that adrenaline up, it gets that excitement up. You never know quite, is this next pull or this next flip going to be the thing that tips me over the edge, or is it going to be the thing that leads to victory over everyone else, right? So I love push your luck games.
Yeah. I know you do. And it's always great for me when you push your luck too far and you go from like way ahead to back at the bottom with me.
Oh yeah, I'm a classic pusher.
You gotta. That's the whole point, is to push your luck.
The whole point. Yeah, and we love seeing people like force their friends to go one more, like just one more egg, and we like designed it around that, and then they flip it and it's terrible and everybody loses.
It's like it's all the peer pressure of doing it. So when you say flipping the eggs, is it a dexterity game, or you're just taking the egg and like manually just flipping it over from one side to the other? You're not like have a spatula that you like have to flip eggs on.
Oh my god, that's a great idea.
I wasn't sure when you said flipping, so
we should have done that. It's they're all egg tokens. They're all egg-shaped tokens, and you flip one over, and it shows you how many yolks are in that one egg, and that's how many.
Oh, neat. Okay, all right, that's cool. I can handle that better. If I had to actually do the dexterity flipping the eggs, we'd have eggs all over the room.
Oh my god, yeah. There's no dexterity games in this.
No.
Yeah, well,
feel free to use.
I flipped a lot of eggs as a line cook for Denny's back in the '90s. So we, but there was never a spatula. No spatula ever touched any egg I flipped.
Oh well, sorry. You know who the?
Gosh.
Why no spatula?
You flip them with the pan. It's all in the wrist. It's all in the wrist.
He does that thing that you see on TV where you flip the pan and the egg flips over upside down on it, and it doesn't crack.
That's you. That's you.
That is the corporate at least in the '90s. That was the corporate policy how to flip eggs at Denny's. Nothing ever hit a griddle. It was always in a pan. Anyways, there's something new that you learned.
No.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Oh, wait, there we go.
Oh, you're back.
Yeah,
hello?
Yes.
That's my fluffy friend who's being very naughty the past couple days. But we love him regardless. His name is Charlie, and he's started doing this thing where he's been waking us up in the middle of the night by knocking over picture frames and stuff that's hanging on our walls, and that's something he never did. And so I think we need to give him more attention. And it's this Kickstarter. I'm going to blame it on this Kickstarter.
So we need to like fully fund this Kickstarter and then some, so you can get him a friend to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, I do have a second cat, but he's Charlie's
camera
ferocious.
shy. He's just very camera shy. That's all.
Yeah, camera shy.
Yeah. So we got those 4 games which we've talked quite a bit about, and you talk about like what makes each one unique and special, which is great. So you're getting, 4 games that are very unique. They don't necessarily tie into each other, except for the fact that they're like a box you can take for game night.
I mean, it's game night in a box.
Yeah, right, exactly. Where you've got all this variety. And clearly I'm getting really excited about this crowdfunding project, and all I've done is talk about it. So what makes you guys really excited about this?
Yay.
Anything that you're like, ooh, this is something really cool that
I love how just unique and different it is. I was worried at first because Adam was like, "We need to make it different, and we shouldn't follow the formula of what everyone else does." I'm like, "Well, can be a little risky, but it's such a unique thing that it really helps us stand out from most other games. It's a pack of games you can just have ready to go, and anyone can play anything at any time. And it looks different. It feels different. Everything around it is different. Our Kickstarter page is different. We're different. Everything's just not what it should be, and I love it. But I think most importantly is like building a community around it is so much fun, and like we met so many fun new friends that we're like keeping in contact with over these games. We play tested like once or twice with them, and it's nice to have a whole like separate community just for our games. That's something I never would have expected.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I think like we deliberately wanted to make something that was unique. Nikki, we call Nikki Picky Nikki because he has very strong tastes when it comes to games, um, and we wanted to like show what we thought was fun and what we thought was interesting, and really just do like a smorgasbord of like our most fun ideas. I mean, that's honestly why we called it the MillRat Pack, is because it's literally like a little taster of what MillRat Studio is about. These like different experiences, especially something like Scrapbook. Just like an interesting take on a party game. And the idea behind it too is like I don't know if you guys listen to this boy band rap group called Brockhampton, but they I think like pre-COVID they came out with this series of albums called Saturation, and like it was like 3 albums, and it was just music that was uniquely them, and it was all like put out within like a year and a half. And like that's kind of where I got the idea of like, let's put 4 games in a box that are uniquely MillRat, and like they're not just board games, but they're MillRat games. This is the MillRat Pack. Like it's our vibe, and we want to try and build a community around this pack, and in our future projects.
I mean, I think it's an interesting direction to go. It's definitely different. I haven't talked to anybody that's
interesting in a good way.
No, interesting in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely like sometimes I talk a little bit more on these from the business side, because I've part of what I do for a living is have to keep a foot in sales, as much as I try not to.
Mhm.
But I understand the business side of things, and it's to me it's fascinating to understand like the decisions that go behind like why to do certain things in this industry and why to launch things a certain way. And what's remarkable to me and where I see things do better or be more successful is quite often when they do something that's a little more revolutionary, a little more unique than what everybody else is bringing to the table. I mean, I think there's almost everybody that plays a board game probably at some point along their board game journey has went, wow, I really wish I could design a game, or I really want to
Mhm.
design a game. But the amount of us that actually complete it or are actually able to complete our idea and bring it to market is not a large group. And well, congratulations to being that group and having a unique idea that I think you have a shot at being successful with. So
Thank
with
you.
that being said, we should actually talk about how folks can actually support this. So where are they going to be able to find this project, find this game, or these games, and be able to back and support you to get their, to get their copy of all 4 of these wonderful titles?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to run a Kickstarter starting July 14th. That's when we want to go live. All 4 games are going to be in the pack. It's called the MillRat Pack, and you can find it on Kickstarter. You can Google MillRat Pack or MillRat Studio. That's me and Nick. And you can also follow us on Instagram if you want. We're hoping to build a community over there, and that's our bread and butter is Instagram. We like to make videos. We like to take really nice pictures of our game. So yeah, check us out there. And if you'd like to sign up for our mailing list, we have a link on our Instagram, and you can learn a little bit more about each game and watch an unboxing video. But we'd love to hang out with you
Yeah,
guys.
absolutely.
Yes.
And all
On our community, come be friends.
I was to say, go ahead, Nick.
I just said join our community and come be friends with us. We want more friends. We'll talk about board games. We'll play board games. Come hang out.
Yeah, that's a big thing too. Is like we something I completely forgot to mention. It's we're not just about making games. Like Nick and I, we teach a game design class. We taught a free class to kids at a local library. We've done board game design nights at like breweries and stuff, and we're really involved with our local chapter of the Game Makers Guild. I literally said local chapter like it's like they're a religion, but they are to us. The Game Makers Guild in Boston. If anyone is in Boston, in New England, check out the Game Makers Guild. They are a wonderful community, and that is literally like more than designing these games. The thing that Nick and I love the most, and I will speak for Nick here, is going to these Game Makers Guild events, playing other people's games, and just being entrenched in this design community. It is such a wonderful thing. And that's kind of why like what we're about to is like getting people into the fold of game design. I think it's such a fun, expressive thing, and there's so much unique stuff that you can do that doesn't involve you staring at a screen. And I'm not trying to like preach about phones and computers. Yeah, I use them all day, but sometimes it's really nice to take a break from that and just play a board game with friends, and being able to build something that is uniquely yours has been so gratifying.
And I'll add to that, it's not just, you guys have this great community there in Boston. Here in Madison, right, we have the Game Crafter, which organizes a bunch of things. We have Protospiels for learning new things, but we also, in all of these areas, whether it's a board game cafe or a board game meetup, these are also great places to reach out and join the community around board games and meet new people and new friends. I can't tell you like how much
we've met so many people.
Especially last 3 or 4 years post COVID, where we've met so many new friends through board gaming and been able to just grow and experience more and more. And it's so much fun, right? I mean, it's absolutely all of the crazy personalities and people we get to meet along the way and play games with and be like, I didn't think that strategy would ever work in this game. And then they, so you see somebody pull it off, right? It's absolutely a blast.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, it's such a unique hobby because anybody can play a board game. You don't have to have a certain amount of money. You don't have to have certain equipment. You just have to have some people and a table, and you all have a good time.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I did the math, I think, on some previous episode of like, you could buy the price of a board game, like a standard $50 board game versus going to the movies and like buying a video game and a video game console, and like the amount of replayability and experience you can get like out of that one board game for like the value for money was ridiculous. So here you're going to get 4 games.
Mm-hmm.
What about that, right?
Yeah, 4 games. We got 4
games. You can take them to family gatherings. You can take them to the pub. You can take them to your local board game meetup.
Yeah.
Of course,
like
don't forget when you.
box.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, literally.
All right.
If it was a double date.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess, is there anything else before we end our little fun conversation here that you guys wanted to add? Anything else I want you to know?
Oh,
just
I
thank
guess
you to you guys.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes, thank you so much, Wisco Dice. You guys are fantastic.
This has been great talking to you. So.
There is one more thing I do want to shout out. I do want to shout out our fantastic artist, Abby Willette. We met her through my fiance, and she did all the art for this pack, and that's kind of like the unifying theme, is that all the art is done through her, and it looks gorgeous, and we love her, and we just want to shout her out, Abby Willette. Go follow her on Instagram.
Awesome.
She's awesome.
I can say, just looking at your website, the art on all of these looks extremely polished and well done. So your artist is exceptional, and folks should go follow her on Instagram today. All right. So look for this to come. Look for this to come to Kickstarter on July 14th. You can find all of the links for everything we've talked about on our blog at wiscodice.com in the show notes for this episode. Of course, you can also hop over to Kickstarter and search for the MillRat Pack on July 14th or after, in case you're listening to this after the Kickstarter is launched. If you have any questions about any of this, feel free to shout out, let us know. We would love to hear them, and we'll make sure that Adam and Nick are able to get us the answers to your questions. So with that, thanks everyone for listening. We appreciate it so much. Till next time.
Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you leave a review of this show wherever your favorite place is to find podcasts. Oh, and by the way, give us a like on our Facebook page. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, or Pinterest while you're at it. If you haven't looked recently, make sure you catch up on the blog at wiscodice.com. Hey, Brian, what's that site?
Oh, darn, I forget. Justin, what's our website again?
wiscodice.com.
That's right, it's wiscodice.com. And until next time, everyone, peace out.